Alright, welcome to the third map between Paladyn and Ciara. This time in yellow, Ciara is spawning in the top left corner of Tarina's stand. He's starting with an altar first, and his opponent does so as well. Paladyn with the altar and the moonwall and the incoming Ancient of War here. So after the second map, Ciara seriously needs to up his game if he wants to stay in this tournament. Needs to win 3 maps in a row right now. If he loses here, it's gonna be the second 3-0 in a row. Kind of, you know, would be following the theme of the first season, where I believe were there 3-0s in the previous season in the 4 playoff best of 5s? I think so. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, Ciara is certainly going to do his best to stop that trend from continuing. So let's see if he's going to get the Blade Master first again. Would be largely surprised if it was anything different. And it is the Blade Master against the Demon Hunter. Once again, as expected. So Paladyn, well, I could say, you know, no reason to change his strategy here on Tarina's stand compared to what we've seen on Echo Isles, but the game on Echo Isles ended so quickly. There wasn't really any time for him to really for his strategy to really unfold. So well, I'm assuming we would have seen talents following up the large number of archers early on, but no, as I said, the game ended so quickly, there's not really anything to say about his strategy, but it worked out nicely for him. Scout boost heading towards the Orc base. This time the second burrow is coming before the Spirit Lodge. The Voodoo Lodge, of course, yeah, before the Spirit Lodge as well, since we're not gonna see that one for quite a while. So both of them start creeping right now. The Archer somehow managed to fail pulling the Lightning Shield, therefore the Demon Hunter gets purged right now. First units were first creeps dying on both sides of the map. Tome of Strength for the Demon Hunter. The Blade Master did get Mantle of Intelligence from the Apprentice Wizard, and the Renegade Wizard is going to fall here pretty soon as well. Paladyn rooting his Ancient of War here quite quickly, and it looks like, yes, he's again continuing to produce archers immediately. So thus far we're seeing the same approach by him. Let's see, tech-wise, this time Ciara started on time, pretty much similarly timed with his opponent. Claws of Attack for the Blade Master, Demon Hunter with gloves and a Mantle of Intelligence as well. And the Blade Master is not going to continue creeping. He doesn't even finish this creep camp, heading down across the map immediately. I think he probably wants to be here in time to grab the Boots of Speed, and therefore he did not finish his creep camp, just to save himself the couple of crucial seconds. But the Demon Hunter is completely avoiding him here. Paladyn either prepared accordingly for this one, or he's just smelling it or being lucky. But no matter what, as we can see, it is not quite 19 o'clock yet, so the Blade Master could have stolen the Boots of Speed here, or at least could have tried to if the Demon Hunter was there as well. But he's not, he's just continuing to creep at the top right, or in the top right corner of the map, grabbing the boots at the Orc shop here. The Orc in the meantime though is creeping here as well, picking up the sentry wards, which is great. Demon Hunter with the boots, is he gonna be able to go in here? Well, it's open here. The burrow is pretty far in the back, but it looks like he's going to probably... he doesn't see it, does he? No, he doesn't see it yet. So he's waiting for the third burrow, and now he sees it. And he's probably still going to be in time to cancel it. 4 archers heading across the map. In the meantime, Blade Master has continued creeping. Slippers of Agility here. Needs to use 1 charge of Heal Salve before he can grab that one. Now he does so. The archers have not revealed themselves yet. The Ancient of War is already, or appears to be satisfied after producing 4 archers. Now retreating towards the main base, perhaps anticipating some pressure on tier 2. And yeah, speaking of tier 2, that's soon gonna finish. The shop is already finished as well. Once again, no Hunter Soul on the side of the Night Elf, so Yeah, once again, we're going to see Ancient of Wind. I imagine the Beastmaster second is going to be the hero of choice for the Night Elf. In the meantime, in Ciara's base, the Demon Hunter is going to get the cancel on this burrow again, and Ciara is going to be supply blocked, and his Shadow Hunter, which I'm assuming is going to be his second hero again, is going to be so late. I don't see that one coming out anytime soon, but actually he's not getting the cancel here. Looks like the Demon Hunter got himself stuck there, so... alright, never mind that. The Shadow Hunter is only going to be medium delayed. Which is still going to be annoying, but, you know, better than him never spawning. So the archers have to retreat, the Blade Master has to retreat as well. Shadow Hunter is now coming, as well as one Beast Tree. There would be resources for a second tier 2 building right now. He decides not to build one just yet, though. So let's see. Double Ancient of Wind for the Night Elf, no tier 3 tech yet. He's going to have the gold in a couple of seconds. The archers haven't really paid out yet, though. So this time he's not getting away with some insanely aggressive creeping. It's like he lost the grunt here. Ciara, that is. Yeah, Demon Hunter retreating again, so this is looking a lot less one-sided thus far. His master is getting into position here. Now he wants to get away with some big creeping, but with the sentry board there, of course, Ciara always sees when Paladyn is getting ambitious with this creep camp, and he can keep his Blade Master close by. But then again, he's out of mana and he's out of Windwalk currently, so not as easy to apply all too much pressure. And the Spirit Lodge is not yet finished. Shadow Hunter is in position to defend that, though. Cast the Hex on the Demon Hunter immediately. You know, just limiting the damage output. Mana burn is going to... Okay, it's not going to come in, as Speed Scroll is even being used just to prevent that mana burn from coming in. But at the same time, the Night Elf army, the rest of the Night Elf army is coming in from the bottom, is going to be able to cancel that Lodge still. So that is a very, very big deal. Cancelling the Lodge, forcing the cancel. So no disenchant for a very long time. So once the first bunch of talents is ready with the Master upgrade, fighting isn't going to be an easy task for Ciara, who this time is, as it appears, not going to go for, you know, some quick timing like he tried to on Twisted Meadows. Just going to sit back and creep with his Shadow Hunter. But yeah, eventually he's gonna have to make that one work in a big fight if he decides to go for an approach like that, and that's usually where he ends up really lacking compared to a TC. At least he's got, you know, the +9 Blade Master already, soon to be level 3, so with the Shadow Hunter, you know, you need the strong heroes as Orc against the talents either way, but especially with the Shadow Hunter, you need the focus fire of the Blade Master, which usually, you know, is being played somewhat hero focus heavy with a Shadow Hunter second, so at least he's got that going for him. As you can see, he's doing plenty of damage to this Beastmaster, who has to retreat to his main base right now, should at least retreat to his main base right now, as the Blade Master doesn't have boots though, and doesn't have mana for a Windwalk. This Beastmaster can retreat somewhat safely, and Blade Master needs to retreat as well. Shadow Hunter grabbed some more, the Lodge is finally finished, first Walker is in production just now, but the Master upgrade is in production already as well. So as I said, it's going to probably lead to quite a struggle in future fights for Ciara. Well, it's going to determine the way he's able to take the fights. He's not going to have a large number of disenchants, which means he's not going to be able to take long fights. Just, you know, poking around. Master is not yet finished. I was quite greedy there by Paladyn to move out. So that's going to cost him 2 talents, which isn't, you know, all too great for him. As I was saying, as there's going to be low mana or little mana on the walkers, first one out by now, so very few dispels, which means he is not going to be Ciara, that is, he's not going to be able to take long fights, because after a little while all the damage output basically is just going to fly, and therefore all he's going to be able to do if he ends up taking a fight is just quickly poke in, try to go for a hero kill, try to go for a couple of talents, and then leave the fight. He's not going to be able to win a fight entirely, but perhaps trade nicely in short fights. That's all he can hope for currently. And drag the match out a little bit longer. Linehorn of Stormwind for the Shadowhunter, who is now level 3. 46 supply against, well, 49 now against 45, so that's also not quite where the Orc usually wants to be, you know, in supply comparison. Only 4 ahead at this stage of the game. At least 2-1-1 for the time being, at least, against, is the Blade Master 3 already? Yes, he is, against 3-3, so at least hero level wise this is looking quite alright for the Orc player. Blade Master is coming in. Another Slippers of Agility found for him. And yeah, got an Invo Potion as well, now level 2 on this Beastmaster. And yeah, he's moving forward. He's trying to go straight for the Beastmaster. Disenchant number 1 used. He's got like 3 more. The Beastmaster is taking a lot of damage and he's getting the kill immediately. So that was, yeah, really what he needed here to perhaps, yeah, start this fight out with a, or in a winnable position at least, eliminating the Beastmaster from the equation immediately. And yeah, as you can see right now, he's able to stream in against the talents here, against the weak units in the back of the Night Elf army. So he's doing as well as it gets. Basically, there is another heat scroll on the Shadowhunter, using that right now. Gotta retreat still. The shop is up here. He's gonna have to get that. Demon Hunter is really focusing on that one. Now switching to one of the Spirit Walkers, who still has 1 more Disenchant to work with, using that quickly now, changing into Ethereal shape. Luckily for him, having hardly any mana out of the Mana Hammer isn't killing him. But as you can see, almost all of the low HP units, or the weak units of the Night Elf, have fallen here. Ciara taking a very good fight, beginning with the hero kill of the Beastmaster. I just quickly want to check. Yeah, it looks like there was no Staff of Preservation for Paladyn, at least not on the Demon Hunter or the Tinker, perhaps on the Beastmaster. But yeah, that was as good as it got for Ciara, and he seems to feel confident going for the Great Hall behind this, which is being seen immediately. But given the low number of units, it's probably going to be very difficult for Paladyn to do anything about that. Beastmaster is about to respawn. I mean, he only was level 2, so that's not, you know, that's not all too devastating. Not having him in the fight was the bigger deal. Losing a major tank there. Shadowhunter closing in on level 4 already. Wisp is detonating here. I don't think that was in range of the Shadowhunter. Not quite sure though. Blade Master in the meantime is at the bottom of the map, trying to buy away the Invo Potion of Paladyn. And yeah, Paladyn still has an Invo Potion on the Demon Hunter, doesn't have one on the other heroes, and still doesn't have a staff as it appears, so doesn't seem to value that as much. And he would have been clearly able to staff the Beastmaster out in the previous fight. The Beastmaster was not perma ensnared, so that would have been a death he could have avoided. But he ended up not being able to do so. Walker's coming down right now. He's got 5 raiders, and I'm not sure if this is a mistake by Ciara, because he's going to allow Paladyn to cancel this expansion while, you know, doing some damage in return, obviously. But he could have tried to fight there. I believe the hero levels of his opponent are extremely low, and I think he could have defended this, especially given that he just bought away the items of his opponent's shop. I mean, now he's gonna force the town portal and use his town portal, and he got an expansion cancelled in return for killing 1 Ancient of Wind. He perhaps does have pillage already as well. I didn't check, so maybe he gained a few resources, but it's not going to compensate for the loss of a Spirit Walker on top of things. So okay, now the talents are attacking as well, level 3 on the Demon Hunter, so slowly catching up a little bit in that aspect as well. So I think that was probably a mistake, because the hero levels are so low for Paladyn, and there was an Invo Potion on the Blade Master. So even though the army wasn't as tiny there in the end, the Blade Master easily had the opportunity to just force a town portal, use the Invo, use the 5 ensnares that he had, use some disenchant, and he would have forced the town portal and the expansion would have come up. There's no way in hell that Paladyn could have stopped that from happening. But alright, now we do have 1 base against 1 base. 2 more talents are being found here, are being picked up by the Blade Master and a couple of raiders. The Demon Hunter retreating to his own main base. The Ancient of Wind has been rebuilt. He's using the Moonburst there in the back, rather than the mover in the front, so perhaps anticipating some more pressure, but I think for the time being Ciara is not going to go for that. He's going for a second attempt on this Great Hall. It looks like finally this one is going to be crapped. The Shadow Hunter and the Orc army are somewhat close by. There is no Hawk up in the air currently. Beastmaster is out of mana, so it looks like Paladyn is smelling the incoming Orc army and he's retreating just in time, retreating across the bridge here, and Ciara is certainly not going to give him the fight at this choke point. One of the best positions for the Night Elf to take a fight against Orc with talents on the entire map. So he's just falling back. He's satisfied with his expansion coming up. He's got, you know, almost level 4 on both his heroes. And now with the new Hawk, with the Fairy Dragons as well, it looks like Paladyn is feeling somewhat confident in his army size, and therefore he's going for the creep here, finding one of mana stealing. Well, he can use it against the SH or perhaps against some of the walkers, but certainly not the item he was hoping for. And Ciara decides once again not to take the fight. Seems to perhaps lack a little bit of confidence in his ability to take the straight up fights against these talents, but by doing so he is allowing his opponent to really grab some XP that's, you know, that he doesn't really get too much compensation for. Ciara did this. So he's sitting at 60 supply right now, feeling once again not all too confident in taking this fight. Now he's taking the fight here with the tavern and the bunch of forest to serve as a perfect blocker for these talents, so it's gonna be very hard for him to get anywhere close to those. So he's going immediately for the Beastmaster again, and there still is no Staff of Preservation, so Ciara is getting away with another hero kill here. But well, this time there was perma snare anyways. So Ciara in this position doing the only thing he can, going for the heroes and going for the beast, for the Demon Hunter next. Another bunch of Cyclones are being casted, but now with the 4 walkers that he's got on the field, there's at least a little bit of disenchant available, and he's making use of that, using 1 walker here on the way out. But yeah, he forced the town portal. I think that's exactly what he could have done previously, and he could have had his expansion running for a lot longer, but he does have the expansion running now nevertheless. So let's see, the walkers do have a total of like 7 disenchants, so that's quite a bit to work with. Level 4 on the Blade Master in the meantime. And it looks like Paladyn is not going to wait for his Beastmaster to come back immediately. Applies more pressure to this expansion. Ciara should really hurry up in healing here, because the Night Elf army is already at his front door, starting to deal damage against the economy. But it looks like Paladyn isn't even going to go for the push, so it looks like he's going to end up waiting for the Beastmaster here eventually. So Blade Master did get a new Invul Potion. The SH is gonna get a new Heal Scroll, I imagine. Yes, getting a new Heal Scroll. So preparing for another upcoming fight. So many talents though for Paladyn. Almost equal in supply, and that's... yeah, this large number of talents is going to mean that in a long fight, Ciara is still perhaps going to run into trouble. So I think hero focus might still be his best shot currently. Still doesn't bother getting a staff here, Paladyn is. And microing his stuff quite awkwardly, splitting his army, and these talents are very much exposed. These raiders here are very much exposed as well, so both of the players are struggling with the pathfinding AI of Warcraft 3 here currently. And there is a town portal on the Shadow Hunter, and I'm not really sure if it's the brightest decision by Ciara to take this fight. He decides to do so. The Blade Master is surrounded by his own units using the Invul Potion right now. He has to reposition using the Speed Scroll as well. And yeah, this is a terrible fight for Ciara, losing a bunch of units here. Another raider is gonna fall. These 2 raiders have to leave, or yeah, run away towards the left hand side. Bat Rider is coming in here, is at least getting some damage done onto this Fairy Dragon. But yeah, 3 more raiders are in trouble, and Ciara has to switch to base trade again here, as he's lost this fight so clearly. 333 euro for Paladyn. Ciara pushing forward. He's killed the Ancient of War, and he's gonna have to trade town portals here. That's exactly what he's doing. But that's just the issue, I feel like, often with the Shadowhunter. If the game goes on for as long as it does here. Immediate harassment here again by these two heroes, which were apparently deliberately excluded from the town portal by Paladyn. Yeah, that's the problem with the Shadowhunter often. Even though Ciara did get a bunch of hero kills here previously, and always forced his opponent out of the fight, his damage output against these talents is so little. And therefore, I mean, there's like 20 talents on the field right now for his opponent, who's after this fight up here, even leading in supply, which is, yeah, totally not a good sign for the Orc in this matchup. So, Quillbeast gets taken down. The Raider here even needs to pay attention. Yeah, almost died here. And another Raider is coming in. Ciara not being careful here, losing that one as well. And how the hell is he supposed to hold this expansion? I mean, it's not even running currently. He's got a bunch of low HP Raiders here already. He's got one inward potion on the Blade Master. He's got a Speech Crawler, and he says, screw the expansion here. I'm gonna try to go for some more base trading. Tree of Eternity is... yeah, was just about to move out, but now he's retreating into the back of his own base. Apparently, Paladyn realized what's happening. He knows that there's an Orc army approaching his main base, and he's building the Tree of Life with the Wisp, so not expanding with his main, at least for the time being. Uprooting both of his Ancients of Wind to take less damage by the Raiders. Is there a TP on the Demon Hunter? Yes, there is a TP on the Demon Hunter, so he's probably going to use that eventually. That's exactly what's happening. There's no town portal for the Orc, who has a lot of Spirit Walkers though. But still, damage output is going to be what he's going to lack, and with this number of talents, Paladyn is never ever going to run out of Cyclones. So another Raider is going to fall eventually. Expansion has been cancelled. So currently both of the players out of gold income. But yeah, I don't really know, unless somehow he gets like multiple hero kills right now. Ciara is going to be in trouble. Both the first heroes using an inward potion here. Disenchant stops the Cyclone on a Raider, saving its life for the time being. But Paladyn is pushing forward with his heroes. The Tinker needs to be somewhat careful, but yeah, with this number of talents, there's just going to be so much Cyclone, so little damage output for the Orc. Finally, the Tinker is falling, and in return, the first Walker is falling. The first Raiders are running into trouble. The Blade Master has to push forward. There is another inward push on him, but it should be on cooldown. First Raider falling, second Raider falling. Even the damage output of the talents isn't to be underestimated in such large numbers. Beastmaster is going to be the next target now, but there have been so many Raiders dying already and so many other Raiders flying that there's hardly enough ensnare available to keep this Beastmaster locked down. But it looks like he's still gonna get the kill because there is no staff still for Paladyn. But the Demon Hunter alone is probably going to carry this fight right now. It's 36 supply for Ciara, 54 on the side of Paladyn. The last two Raiders are about to fall. The Demon Hunter is not falling, the Blade Master is, and there is the GG by Ciara. A game that in the mid game looked quite promising for him. And I believe he would have had very good chances if he had defended that expansion the first time when it came up. Because then with the way that the Shadowhunter impacts the game more greatly early on, once he comes out, compared to the TC, he did get a good position in the mid game, and to make up for the lack of late game utility of the of the Shadowhunter compared to the TC, often with the expansion, you can add like 3 Demolishers or so into your big 80 supply army, which really makes up for the lack of damage output. And I believe that would have been exactly how this game could have played out had Ciara been defending that expansion the first time. And I really think that was the one way for Paladyn to get back into this game, canceling the expansion. Even though he lost his Beastmaster a couple of times, I said it during the game, he hardly lost any talents, and he had such a lot of them. And Ciara made a huge mistake, I think, in the bottom and the top right corner when he tried to take that fight at first. Then when he tried to run away, instead of just using the town portal and get into a proper position to, you know, work with his expansion, instead of losing like half his army up there and then having to try to go into a hit and run kind of game when he had the perfect position beforehand. But yeah, he decided to try and you know, weasel out without using the town portal, and that cost him way too much. That cost him the game in the end, cost him the final map of this best of 5, which means Paladyn is going to go to the finals as well. Ciara is out, and next up is going to be Proteus against Todd. Yeah, another interesting match, which I hope you're looking forward to, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you will give it a thumbs up and comment. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.